Mudbound to me was about this dark symbiosis between these two families. And it wasn't just that they had these individual histories and point of views, it's that they were kind of tethered to each other. So they were intertwined and they were tethered to this one patch of land. So for me, Mudbound is not being able to go back home. It's about who is a citizen. It's about how family can drag you down. And so like when I look at material, I'm always interested in like the big kind of thematic ideas. And for me, so the script came in 2015. Cassie always bought me a script by a writer named Virgil Williams. And you can ask Charles, I hate everything I read and say no to everything, but I like this script and thought there's a lot of there, and that prompted me to go back and read Hillary Jordan's book. And the thing I really responded to in Hillary's writing was the internal dialogue, and like I think the things that people say to themselves is sometimes more interesting than the things they'll say to other people. And so I wanted to get in, and Cassian said, you know, it was like, it's yours if you want it, and like that's the first time I've ever gotten a call from a producer where it's like, it's yours if you want it, offer over the phone. Usually I have to do a presentation followed by a PowerPoint, followed by a dance, followed by like a diorama of what I'm gonna do. And so just like Cassian's faith in me and like knowing that Charles is gonna be involved, like just that faith when a producer believes in you, you know you're really gonna be able to go there with casting, with the cut. And so that's what drew me to these multiple points of view and these producers who I knew would let me kind of just run free, so yeah.
So Charles, you were a very well-known and respected agent, and in fact represented Dee at one point. And then you did a big and happily so far quite successful shift in your career as far as what you wanted to do. Tell us a little bit about that and about what your mandate is now for the films that you're making.
Yeah, so we launched this company Macro in January of 15 to produce and finance stories, film, television, and digital content with a focus on universal themes and stories from a POC and multicultural point of view to show the authenticity and the spectrum of the stories of the spectrum of the communities and voices that we don't get to see as often as we should. And so, yeah, it was a long-term vision to start this, and we launched it in January of 15. And it was during the course of the first 5 months of launching the company when I reconnected with my good friend Cassian Elwes, and he told me about this beautiful screenplay. And we read it right away, my colleague Poppy Hanks and I, and we were just blown away by it. And then when he told me that Dee Rees was attached to direct, it was almost an unfair advantage because I knew just how brilliant Dee was, and I'd actually been on set with her the prior year while she was shooting Betsy, just visiting her, and couldn't even tell her about what I was embarking upon. So to have this actually be the first film for our company to actually produce and finance was really one of the missions and reasons for launching this company, to have the capital to support and to give the tools and every resource necessary to a brilliant filmmaker like Dee. And for those of you guys who've seen the movie, it's clearly a very powerful film and very timely. And we hope to do more of those and tell more of those stories as a company.
So as a producer, and in this case a relatively new producer, what is developing for you as to what's important about your collaboration with the director, how you like to work with the director, what you feel like you need and want to bring to the table to help get the movie made?
Well, we definitely want to work with filmmakers that have a vision. And that was the thing that really, and frankly, I already knew Dee fairly well from all the years we worked together, from agent and filmmaker client. But frankly, it was her take on what she was going to do with the film, her vision for what she was going to do casting-wise. She was so clear every step of the way with what she was going to do. And so in this case, it was really completely about honoring and supporting her vision. Every choice that she made, every decision, and making sure that she had the resources to fulfill her vision. It was less about, hey, let's try to make a movie and make a bunch of money. It was just like, let's make the best film possible. Let's support her vision for it, and we really believe in the end we'll all be very happy, and that's exactly what we did here. We found a way. She really had a vision for Rob Morgan. They'd worked together with Pariah very first day. You don't know this guy? He had a small role in Pariah, but he has to be Hap. And we figured out Mary J. Blige, she had an intuition and a gut instinct to cast Mary J. in this role, even though she'd never been in anything like this. And instead, she didn't audition her. We were like, as soon as she said, here's why it's going to be perfect, you think about when she performs and she leaves everything on the stage, I'm going to get this kind of performance out of her, and it was going to be on screen. And we said, absolutely, Dee. So every step of the way, as she made her casting choices, when she chose to shoot in Louisiana, all we did was just figure out, let's just make sure we have the resources to back her vision. And that's how we hope to work with brilliant filmmakers like Dee and others.